Well, to explain why she voted the way she did, we're now joined by Elizabeth May, the Green Party leader. Ms. May, thank you for the time.
You're more than welcome. Thank you to CPAC for covering politics in real time.
Thank you for that. You know, we heard the Prime Minister earlier today in the Commons, a 35-second statement that made broad promises to meet the Paris and the Montreal commitments. How is that enough, or was it enough, to secure your vote tonight the way you did?
Evidently, it was enough. It's the first time I've heard the Right Honourable Mark Carney, as Prime Minister, make those commitments. And I take him, and I respect the Prime Minister. I need him to say those words convincingly in that moment for all Canadians to hear. And I look forward to working with him in a minority parliament through cooperation to deliver on all those promises.
But you know, 10 days ago, Ms. May, you were stepping quite literally on the budget. We have video of it right here. You know, you were stomping on the budget because it talks about getting rid of the emissions cap, prioritizes industry over the environment. Will you pay a political price for siding with the government in this moment with this budget?
I think Canadians want to see that leaders in opposition parties use the opportunities to negotiate for better, and that's what I did. So we'll see. I mean, I can't predict whether I pay political prices. It didn't matter to me if I do or I don't. I had to fight for my granddaughter's future, to see my government, the Government of Canada, step up and fulfill our legal obligations. And I didn't see it in the budget. It wasn't there. That's why I asked today, there's deficiencies here. We're silent on the Paris Accord, silent on the commitment to nature, silent on the various steps we need to make to ensure we save lives in Canada. So my commitment came from the words from the Prime Minister, and that changed my vote entirely.
Okay, changes your vote entirely. But is that a statement of your trust in this Prime Minister? Because when it comes to the environment, we've seen things from Mark Carney like killing the carbon tax, suspending EV mandates, a willingness to abandon emission targets. Do you trust the Prime Minister on the environment?
I have to say that there was no evidence that he was committed to our Paris Agreement targets, to delivering on the nature agenda, on Indigenous reconciliation and on adaptation, until he answered a question in question period today on the record. He has not stood up to answer my questions before. As you would know, this was a very important and significant statement, and I take him at his word. But I don't walk away and say, well, I trust you now. I know my role as an opposition leader in a minority parliament is to hold the government to account.
How much of this, Ms. May, was the Green Party's lack of preparedness to go into another campaign?
No, I had a lot of Greens who saying, go for it, we can double our caucus, we can triple. Look, no, it had nothing to do with that at all. In fact, that was one of the countervailing pressures of the numbers of people who said, let's get back to the polls soon.
So a 35-second statement from the Prime Minister today. Did you have private talks with him that helped convince you even before the question was asked today in the Commons?
Yes. I've been talking to various ministers, including the Prime Minister, including members of his inner circle within the Prime Minister's office, and the conversations have been ongoing since November 4th. Various ideas were tried, floated balloons, they didn't survive. This one did, and I think it's significant. I have to say that in a minority parliament, and I share the feeling from most of my constituents, let's give the Prime Minister the benefit of the doubt. And in a context where our country is being bullied by Donald Trump, I'd rather see us pull together than be divisive and head to the polls.
Elizabeth May, I appreciate the time this evening. I know it's been a very busy day for you. Thank you for this.
Merci. Thanks.